G2 managed to topple Faze on overpass. I didn't think those words would be coming out of my mouth today. That's pretty exciting. G2 have found some form. They're getting the frags. Shoxy's looking good. Kenny's turning up. We've even seen big numbers from Existence, which is exciting.
Yes.
We move on to Inferno next, a map they are well versed in. They can play. We know this. Could they get 2 in a row? Could they get 6 points and maybe survive the league?
I would love to see it.
I would love to see it too. Just because we need them back in the game. We need those names back at the top.
Yes, they should be in the mix. They should be fighting for top 4. They should be at ECS finals like they used to be. They should be making those infamous pistol round frags around the fountain. That's the G2 we want to see. So I think we're all happy to see them putting up a competitive game. Again, win or lose, I didn't mind. I just wanted them to be a threat, you know, and they did more than that. So that was fantastic. But now we need consistency. They've had a few wins here and there, but we want to see just a general upwards trajectory for G2. So I'm rooting for G2, just out of pure love of the game. I think it's fair to see.
That's cool.
You look at the names on G2, you don't want to see them struggling.
No,
3 for 10
mean.
at the bottom of the table. It's not how it's supposed to be.
Well, it is going to be Inferno. We casted Faze here the other day. It's always been a bit of a turbulent map for them, I would say. They've made some changes recently. The secondary orb is now Olofmeister in the B bomb site, not Nico anymore, which was for so long, which is always quite questionable. So Olof, who will be a more conservative and defensive orb compared to Nico's style, and he seems to be hitting the shots of matter and actually getting more successful starts on Inferno. And hopefully we can see more of that today. I have been a fan of their setup for a long time, but there's definitely some holes in it. But let's see whether they can come out on top here. Looking for 3 points here today. It's the only game we have from Faze now, as we have Astralis and Optic coming up next. That's going to be another good one. But for now, let's enjoy this. The flashbang towards second middle. Smith's looking to challenge in second middle. And my goodness, there's a bit of damage, but mostly towards the CTs. Kenny S will get away with 77. Smith's 31 in Existence. Knows he has to get something back in their favor here. He'll be hunting towards B, but nothing can be spotted.
My YouTube channel just published a video of Existence's Dirty Peak with a Nico boost on the top of mid. When there was a round recently on Inferno where they just had the AWP. It was basically an eco round with a saved sniper rifle, and he absolutely savaged the opposition. So look out for that when you get a chance. Also, I put a retake smoke up for those people. I think most people don't know how to retake smoke banana from CT as a CT, so I've put some info up there. So be a better player. Existence, he's 2 players. He's got some help. Patient shots. Oh no, he has no help. He's alone. He's alone in a cold world. Everything has turned to black. Body holding angles. Shox has a flash. There's still not really a rotation. They've just left body on the B bomb side. It's quite an investment. We've got Molotovs, all sorts. That has to be a tell that it's going to be B.
It has to be, James. There's no other way around it. Bomb down. Smiths and Kenny low here. They have got the kits, but need to wait for the rotations. They're still pretty far away. And we'll see whether this will lead anywhere. Body will go in first. Spots Carrigan, unable to convert the frag just yet. Now, flashbang's being deployed. Nice work. CTs might have a chance here. Bombs over halfway, though. Need to operate very quickly, which they are doing. Oh, my goodness. It's very chaotic here. 2 on 2. Not sure the bomb will be defused at this point. All they have to do is try and stay alive. Olofmeister confirms the victory as he gets a couple of kills towards the end. 3 in total for himself. Lovely stuff. Faze managed to overrun the CTs there. Planting the B bomb side. The retake just a little too slow, as G2 now presumably take the eco, but a lot of teams have been experimenting with the idea of actually force buying in the second round, especially on a map like Inferno. We'll see if that's the case here.
Doesn't appear to be. So let's see what G2 do in the next round. For this one, we've got 2 P250s, which will be looking dangerous. Smiths and Shox towards A. 3 players towards B. They will await Faze. They need to clear out any nonsense play from their opponent. Once again, Guardian P250 only, as he will be taking the AWP into the next round, all things going well. Some taps just in case anybody's behind a wooden panel. Nobody's there. Nobody sandbags.
Well, James, let's see whether Carrigan and Co can make their way towards B. Shouldn't be an issue here, I'd imagine, but we'll see. Currently setting themselves up. Don't want want to give much away here, but there are 3 CTs on the other side. Guardian goes in first with P250. Seems to be where he finds himself in all of these second round situations after the pistol victory comes in their favor. Kenny could still cause some damage here. Not quite though, only got the USP, trying to keep his money strong for the next round. And there we have it, bomb down. That should be everything we can really imagine to happen. Smiths and Shoxy will have just the P250 and a USP, not really much to be expected. Looking for some exit frags, but I doubt that will happen.
I love the P250 so much.
Oh yeah?
I wonder if it's actually my favorite weapon.
In the
I'm
world.
very fond of the P250.
You ever fired one in real life?
No, actually. We haven't really done many of the pistols. The Desert Eagle, yes. A 5.7 we did. 5.7's crazy because it's a plastic gun, basically.
Sure.
So that one is odd.
Well,
But I don't know that we've done many of the pistols.
I don't know if you're aware, James, we actually have some ECS finals coming up in gun capital of America. If
We
you'd
do.
like to go to a shooting range with me, we could go fire one.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
We could
I'm
go
always
try that out.
down for a shooting range. I like the World War guns.
Oh, I've done
Like
a few of those as well. I've done Thompson, and I did. What else did I do? The bolt action.
K98.
Yeah, K98. I did. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like I used to play Day of Defeat. Well, enough about that. We'll come back to it later because we are in a buy round. A very fast take from Faze of the banana position. The SMG leading the way. UMP45. Find one of those. Actually, the upgrade to the MP5. People think MP7, but no, it's the UMP. It's basically an MP5 with added bits and bobs like the, I think they call it a tactical stock, the folding thing at the back. Smoke's going in, Faze not messing around. 1 minute 12, and they're pushing into the B bomb side, it seems. Bombs in tow, being held back at first. Molotov not going to hit the mark, but the site is clear, and that might be safe territory for G2 already. They don't really have position towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, definitely going to be safe. They don't have a kit. They have no grenades whatsoever. They've lost a player. You 100% have to save this one. It's a difficult one because you're like, oh, we've got 4 players. You can definitely do this, but no, not going to be the case. I don't know if this is the same in CSGO, but in Source at least, it was the way you could differentiate between the MP5 and the UMP. The MP5 used Glock ammo, essentially, and the UMP used USB ammo, so it was like, it did a little bit more damage, and it was a bit harder to control, but that was the difference. I don't think that's the same as CSGO, but that was always a little bit interesting to think about.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's when you used to have like buy ammo, like the starter source as well, you had to actually purchase the ammo at the start of the round. So you could have Glock ammo, you already had MP5.
I remember buying the ammo. So, yeah, I used to ladder on enemy down for Day of Defeat.
Nice.
And so I'm very fond of the dual weapons, but the K98 it's amazing. It's a really awesome gun.
I also did the
It's really accurate as well.
That was really cool.
Huh?
I did the Garand.
Oh, yeah.
Did that was fun.
3-0. So I think it's a very smart save by G2 at that point. Spray all of Meister. Unfortunately, he will fry. Not a nice way to go out. Not quite self-immolation though. I always find that crazy, those monks with self-immolation protest.
Yeah, that.
I haven't done a meditation to just sit there while on fire, but props for believing in something for so much.
Yeah.
Must be beautiful in a way. 1 minute 10 for the 4 remaining Faze players to make this an expensive round for G2. Smoke will soon go. What does Existence choose to do? He's the only man on Arch now, with 2 players on the site for G2. Kenny having a look. They seem to have a good read as to the intentions of Faze. Body has got a French gun on Banana, having a look-see. Still with a smoke to his name as well. 38 seconds, and surely they're not going back to B.
Inflicted towards the CTs here, but they have got the man man advantage. Next kill will be very important. Will be G2 to post this. He's looking decent, but Carrigan will pull one back. You can see how overwhelming this is. Shoxy will keep them in contention for the round. 10 seconds remaining. I think they've done enough here, and certainly have. It will be Existence to close things out with the M4A4. Touch and go round. I will say that G2 keep 3 players alive. With the reinvestment of grenade, I still think the reset will be a harsh reality for them. Let's see, let's look at the final finances now. KNS fully invested. Same story for Shox. They probably have one more buy after this if they were to lose it. Hopefully, if they save the weapon. Shoxy with the safety run down there towards the underpass. Taking quite a lot of damage there. He'll fall back. He had the spawn to beat the kill, but now might find himself in a little bit of trouble here. He knows the double nades are coming towards Log. That's why he gets out.
Get away from that tree position.
There they are, flying in.
1 minute 25 and the fire rages on Banana. G2 sent the dragons. Dracarys. Archer's been abandoned now by G2. So with a certain timing, they play crossfire on A, and it does appear that the bomb is headed in that direction. Kenny holding a tight angle on short. Will there be a flashbang for him? A crossfire around the balcony position as well. Got to avoid his teammates' feet. So that will be a curious trade frag unless there are flashbangs. There's still a lot of time on the clock here. Olofmeister remains on the Archer position. What?
Well, you can see
What was that?
Absolutely taken down. Jump around the corner. Distance. He'll be dealt with in due course as well. It's going to be the banana split. Body, the only player remaining. He's a decent anchor. He'll find the first, but it's the players from spawn now. Smoke's raining in, along with the fire. That should confirm the round. Guardian will bomb down, and Smiths and Shoxy to save. We did say there's reset potential here, but if they save these 2 weapons, they'll get another buy, certainly. 4-1, not boding too well for G2. Just joining us, they actually bested Faze on overpass. Now, bear in mind, Faze have just arrived in Moscow, so might not be feeling their absolute best here.
What was that frag from Guardian?
I'm sure we got a juicy little replay for you, James.
I forgot about that. That M4 from Smith is super nice. I forget what it's called. It's pretty as pie.
Oh, that's called the Golden Coil.
Golden Retriever.
Golden Retriever, basically, yeah.
It's really nice. But hot rod for me. I'm about the reds.
Comes around. Say hello.
That's hilarious. It's a hilarious peek from Guardian. It's very funny. 4-1 in favour of FaZe. Both teams on the buy once more. Money is low though for the CTs. They are at breaking point. They are at breaking point. Off he goes. Shox. Was the scope heard by his opponent? Doesn't seem like it was. Got to be careful of the spray. Can't deliver a second kill. An early loss for G2. Was it worth it in hindsight? Perhaps not. 1 minute 30 on the clock, and AWP will be taken away. Disposed of. Fly tipping. When you leave trash on the side of the road in the UK, we call it fly tipping. Walking down the road, oh look, there's a mattress. What the hell's that doing there? Fly tipping.
Very illegal. But never stops anyone, it seems. Anyway, here's Existence going for the double spray down. Good for 1. Doesn't really help them out at all, as Nico seems to aware of the possibility of Body being close range as well. That's a kill the strips. No problem at all. Good timing. Takes down Carrigan. Now, Nico and Rain looking to recover this. Remember, this was G2 avoiding the full reset by keeping 2 players alive in the previous round. They lost this one, they would be in such a difficult spot, but it's looking promising for now. 40 seconds remain. Body gets over to the logs, and Nico, he hasn't got an HE or a Molotov to flush him out. But checking these angles, he seems aware of the possibility. If he crouches around this corner, they'll have the advantage and gets dinged in the process. That's not ideal, but they'll use that as their cue to make their way in. Smoking towards spawn, and Nico's just going to hold the flank, I believe, and allow his teammate to plant. And he's just in one of those one-and-done positions, just trying to take advantage of the fact that They might not check it with the bomb down, but that's going to be round, I'm afraid. They can just go for a full defuse here. And they're still not aware of his position, but he's got the AWP now. That does boost his chances somewhat, allows him to segregate the CTs. He flashes over just to show he is still part of the situation. It was the first one, but the trade was always going to come. With such low HP, Kenny S will take advantage of that. He can get the AWP at the end of the defuse as well. But still only one player survives here. So with the bomb down, FaZe can continue to apply pressure with the purchasing. And G2 on some compromises they need to make here. Should have rifles across the board, so maybe a UMP instead of 1M4. That'd be for existence, I'd imagine.
Does that say rest in pajamas, his knife? Rest in penguins.
Rest in penguins.
Kenny S. Well, a successful round for G2 means they still have a buy, very important for them. He will bide his time. And there's a 3-man investment towards long. There's another round where G2 lose a man early. Surely not expecting that one. Just subject to the spray. Not sure if there was a gap. Now FaZe have a very early 5v4 situation. Minute 30 on the clock for the likes of FaZe. Clearing out the apartments. Take man apartments by force. It's a home invasion. The remainder of G2 concentrated on the B bomb site. Plenty of targets. That should have been a kill, surely. It wasn't even a connection, but on the second attempt, nice wallbang from Kenny. What the hell's going on? It was a 3 versus 5. They've taken the bomb now. 3 unanswered frags. FaZe weren't expecting this.
Really weren't, and Smiths will look to fight back further, but maybe an unnecessary push there. The flashbang not successful. A very scrappy round here, but that one is going to be so destructive. It's going to be the double spray down. Rain will secure the round, and that's going to be an absolute disaster for G2. On the CT side of Inferno, they find themselves with about $2,000 per player. As they get into the next round, might just be buying into this one. That's what they decide to do. I can see some CZ being purchased up. 5-7 for body. Takes itself down to 1,000. Existence $500. So definitely won't be buying next round. Not the force buy.
On the flowers. I remember when we made the video breaking the plant pots outside a home base, whatever it was, just some store in the UK in a random place in London. Someone came up to me at the major and said, "Was that this particular store?" And it was. And I was like, "How do you recognise?"
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
Just by the car park.
Just by the racks. It's next to a car wash.
Oh my god.
Like, how have you recognised that? So ridiculous.
That's funny.
Yeah. Next to a go shooting with the shotguns.
Well, Shock's going to have to go shooting here. He throws the smoke without the cue for them to go around the corner. And this is another eco coming up for G2 even after this round. Plastic gun, the 5-7. Ready toward the T-steps.
Very light pistol. Have you shot a Desert Eagle yet?
Yes, a few times. I fired the world's most powerful handgun as well.
Oh, what's that one?
It's called the Bear Killer. It's a Smith & Wesson 100, I think it's called.
Crikey.
And it's like a Magnum that's like, you can't see it on the screen. It's about a foot long. And it's the only pistol that can kill a bear, apparently. So people have it out in America when they're going for the national parks and stuff, just in case.
Giant.
Like,
giant
that's the kind of gun,
pistol.
like, you shoot that and you'll feel it in your wrist like an hour.
Is the recoil worse than the Deagle?
Yes.
Crikey,
Yeah,
can't imagine
and
that.
it's got like a classic like wooden handle on it as well, like a classic Magnum shape. So it's super slippery. Like maybe you've got sweaty hands. Like you really don't like the feel of it. It's super heavy. A
That
tiny
does not
wooden
sound
handle.
practical.
And it's like, well, this doesn't feel ideal. It's going to slip out your hands, but it was pretty cool. I shot that with Joe Miller when we went to play Counter-Strike Global Offensive for the first ever time. First group of players ever. Valve took us to a shooting range.
Was that Seattle or?
That was in Seattle, yeah.
Oh, I haven't been to Seattle yet.
Yeah. We went out there as a group. Went to a baseball game. Went to a shooting range. Lovely time. Played some CSGO too. It was awful back then. It was an absolute abomination of a game. The P90 was the best gun. The AK and M4 weren't viable. They made us play a show match, which they used in their trailer, and everyone was just killing each other with the P90.
Lepus was playing that as well, right?
No 1.6 players invited, only Source players.
Oh, I must be thinking of a different
They played after us.
Okay.
That was like 6 months after we went down there. I don't know why they invited Source players only, but that's what they did.
Only the Source monkeys.
Yeah, that was all they wanted to bring.
Smoke into the Molotov will suggest a dirty play, maybe. Pros will be familiar with that gap now. Oh, timing!
In fact, on that trip, Soxy was there, Sox was there, Existence as well. So there you go. Relevant, but
That's cool.
4 on 3.
Could he speak English then, Existence?
No, they're English. I had to basically. It was our team, the British team, who had Slovakian and Norwegian players in it as well. And that was actually Guardian's former team, PHP, who went with me. And the very games guys then could not really speak English at all, so they couldn't really give their thoughts on the game. So it was pretty useless bringing them out, to be honest. Like, they were really good at it.
This game is très bien.
But they couldn't really articulate their thoughts on the game itself. So I had to be the spokesperson for all of us, essentially, and say, like, okay, this is what we think is good, this is what we think is bad, and we'd like to see these changes made, and this is the game we want to build. Because we were invited out there. They didn't tell us we were playing Global Offensive. They just said they wanted to meet us and discuss Counter-Strike in general, and we arrived. And they said, oh, we've got a new game for you. And I was like, oh, this is quite exciting. But then it was so bad, it kind of killed the hype quite quickly. It took about a year of the beta before it got to even a promising situation. There you go. There's some Counter-Strike history for you that I don't think I've ever spoken about properly. We should probably do a video on that one day. But there you go. It's going to be the full-on rush from Faze towards middle. This is a very quick play up towards the quad, and the CTs aren't expecting it. They have to get back in position. This is not standard stuff at all. Just as G2 stabilize and somehow get back towards the bomb sites, though. They've managed to use their utility very effectively, but now they need to find the headshot. Smith's still on the bomb site here. And he will be dropped. Nico looks too sharp right now. Kenny has had to hit that to stand a chance. He could even be taken down any second. There it is. Olofmeister will find him. And James, this is an absolute bloodbath. It's quite cool to chuck those tactics in every now and then, you know? If you have got some very quick smokes you can throw as you run up towards middle area, and you just run straight up through the smoke. No team's really good expecting that. A lot of teams these days send 3 players towards B at the start of each round because it's very standard and quite stale right now. The defaults in Inferno is just everyone's batting for banana, wait for that to subside, then we go back towards middle, maybe an execution. So if you chuck one of those in every now and then, why not? You've got a chance of just getting 2 players up there. You've got 5. So not bad at all from Faze. Overwhelming.
Not bad at all. I always wondered if some teams would develop if we hear 3 HEs down banana, it will activate a certain tactic. Where are the other 2 players likely to be? Let's go 5 on 2 towards the A bomb site. Charging to A. Nico winning a duel, dancing past the door and closing it on G2 in that round. Hard for G2's money to get in the right place. Into the flames, into the bullets. I think he saw one more player there. Where are the remainder? Shops is creeping through the balcony. Rain's got eyes on that. So we're looking good for a 9-3 scoreline in favour of Faze.
I think that's guaranteed at this point, yes. Smokes in, flashes 2. Not really a big deal that the CTs are even here. They might get 1 kill. But the trade potential is just looking too strong right now. A bit scary though after this. First one dealt with, and the second, no problem at all on the first. Barely took any damage there. And the money back in a position where they can buy. G2 still getting ran over though. This is more like what we expected, to be honest. Overpass was excellent though. I'll take that away from them. We should get some points on the leaderboard, much needed ones as well. I think they know DLC, yeah?
I want to say no.
Yeah, I don't think they have either.
Yeah.
And that will be quite the battle.
Very curious indeed. 3 Molotovs at the bottom of banana. We'll secure it for now. Faze will focus on the A bomb site. Will it be another fast one? They could be lining up for a balcony burst. Guardian's got the flash out, and there it goes. Shox has complete eyes on the situation though, but he can't trade. Numbers game looking good at the moment. How does he survive that? Dancing around the pillar. That was a must hit, but it was missed. 3-on-3 retake. Will they boost behind the smoke? Seems they might try. Oh dear. Smoke disappearing. Sounds given away. Kenny eating a meaty HE grenade. Will Shox peek him? Well, of mine, sorry. No. Down to 8 HP, but still alive is the key. Who peeks first? Rain hiding in the graveyard position. And now surely it's a save. Kenny on Arch, existence in apartments. It's time to fall back.
Kenny getting a couple of kills, but certainly not the round. Faze will take it again. There will be a player going down with the blast. They've got so much money, it really doesn't have any implication whatsoever. Two of them on 16k at the start of this round. Anything but for G2. I'd say they probably have to purchase into this around the AWP. They desperately need a few more rounds on the board. Any viable chance they've got to buy, and they probably need to take and hope for the best here. Down 6 rounds in a row. Faze running away with this and then some.
Oh dear, that's a lot of fire. Guardian spots ahead, but so does existence. G2 don't lose a play rally on this occasion. More fire control, flame control. They're pushing though, and Body will take one in the face. Liberty's being taken. Rain's got to be very careful, down to 1 HP. He's got to pick the right time. Could get killed by a flashbang. Nico will hear the scope. No. It's Olaf Meister behind him. Kenny is towards 8. Existence is wise lonesome on the B-bomb site. Does he deploys counter smoke? He does. A very aggressive one. That leaves plenty of gap. But as Olaf Meister is lurking now towards Banana, maybe he won't peek. Kenny looking for information. There's Nico spotted. Shox doing the same, and that might just be the round. Olaf Meister now. He got a kill on Banana earlier. Fair chance he's still there. Might not be a way back into this round for FaZe. Might just be about the damage. They've got plenty of money. G2 can't afford the losses. Oh, that timing is brutal.
The moment he pulls up the clock, that's when he walks around. Are you kidding? There we go. It will be 10-3. It's like G2 trying to keep himself in the game here. That's a nice shot with the M4. Even better with that AWP, and Shoxy with the godlike timing there towards second middle. They had no chance. It will be round number 14, but G2 need the 10-5 quite desperately at this point. They've got the double up set up. It's actually Shoxy again. So it was, like I said, the thing in the pre-game, we were saying that Shoxy has gone off the double orb in the last few months. Seems like he's back to it again, though. It was Body that was doing most of the secondary orping, but for now, Kenny S might be challenged. He'll be holding there towards middle with Smiths. They'll smoke off before any action comes towards them, so back to the default they go. Faze continuing to look for damage, yeah, a bit of spam towards Banana area, a little bit more there, as there will be Shoxy hitting off through the logs. Gets the frag. 5-on-4, nice little boost behind this smoke. Oh, I say that. Hold on. There we go. Not the best view so far, but I'm sure more than enough. But unfortunately, his platform will be removed. Smiths will be shot down. 4-on-4.
Lemon Smith said.
Yes, exactly. Nico setting up for an A attacker. They have no presence towards B whatsoever, so suggest they'll just probe around here for a little bit. Maybe have to go back and get that Banana control before they finally commit towards the site. Only one player there, that is Shoxy. Oh, Guardian. Didn't fire.
Radar.
Maybe looking just away for a second. Yes, indeed.
.25 seconds remain. Body moving towards A. G2 appear to have a good read of the situation as the lines stream in on our screens. A quick look up top, and Guardian is taken down. They're almost lining up for Kenny. They do actually. He gets 2, and 4 G2 players survive. It seems they may have a reasonable half after all. 4 rounds on the board, 5 possible, but it wasn't looking good for the longest time.
Nice position for Kenny. There's the shot.
Looked like one was in front of the other, but I suppose the elbows were touching.
FaZe have not had the eco once in this half. Looking to connect the shots once again, this time not successful. Fires off one. Molotovs deployed on either side. And the retake towards their position begins. Shoxy taking all down though. Hits the shot, certainly worth it. That's Guardian being dropped in all the chaos. And now CTs need to hold off. Could be a full-on execution towards B. Around 15.5. No saving here. Go for broke, and FaZe already have enough rounds, to be honest. Looking to close it out with success though. Smokes in. Shoxy this time completely out of luck. So is his teammate Body. And this could be the beginning of the end. It's up to Existence to try and deny the plan. He has got a slight gap to push forward if he wants to. Shoxy will go for the wall bang. Nowhere near successful though. Now looking to wait for his teammates to arrive.
Slow rotation from Smiths, everybody else from CT or in construction. A boost. The footsteps may have been heard by Carrigan. Oh dear, Zero Trade looking for the player. He's falling around and Existence will chase the frag. There's two for him and Smith is still moving up now. The bomb ticking quickly. 2 AWPs. Nico alone, he's tagged. 20 HP. How long can he hold on for? Not very long at all. Kenny S from the back. And that will be round number 5 for G2. 5 to 10 as the teams swap sides and G2 become the aggressors.
10 to 5. Not too bad considering they were 10-2 down. G2 at least made this competitive now. Shoxy doing a great job towards that B bomb site with the AWP. Seems like he fancies that play style once again. Nico with 15 kills. Not bad at all. But still, FaZe looking comfortable. Looking to close this one out, but they have been known to give up huge half leads before. Carrigan gets the smoke diffuse kit. Pretty standard apart from that. We'll see Body not purchase anything just yet. And there it is, armor at the end. Not seeing many players experiment that idea of going totally naked and around and saving $800 to have a potential very strong buy in the future. I'm sure some teams will give it a go in the future. We'll see. Rain just firing off shots towards T-steps there and we'll fall back.
Shox waiting for a peek. G2 waiting for a peek, waiting to find a CT, looking for too much information. TMI. And what time do they advance? Body is slowly walking up to second mid. Now it seems they're heading towards the A site. Are we looking at a balcony burst since Shox has position? Smith is the man with the flashbangs, and will he stop here? Seems he will. There's the flash, for shorts rather, so I guess it's going to be a split. Smoke towards the pit, the flash, la flash, as they say. And there we go, Guardian avoids it easily, but can't avoid the headshot. Nico in the pits. Hasn't been detected, but he hasn't landed the much needed headshot. Was patient, but wasn't there for him this time.
Yeah. G2 back in this game now. 3 rounds in a row towards the end of the first half. Continue the streak into the second. Pistol looks guaranteed at this point. Carrigan and Olof will attempt the retake. They've got the kit. It's going to take some amazing fragging here. I just don't think it's possible the time they have remaining to get 4 kills and a defuse. First one had to connect right there and then. If anything, Existence has buys more time for teammates to peek out. And there we go. Round locked in, Body with 3. FaZe do have the option to buy in the second round. Seeing what teams do that. Flashbang over, very efficient with the Glock Body. Takes down 2 in the first. Nico missing quite a lot of the shots on the side, but the USP can be so difficult. You miss the first 3 shots and they're dancing around in front of you. It's difficult to control it sometimes, can be pretty wild.
Anti-eco territory for G2 on the catch-up. Don't know if anything was bought by FaZe in this round. As we're commonly seeing, trying to use the numbers game, use and abuse. Nico's picked up an MP5. We've got a player on a red here. That's a lot of bonus money. And now he's got an AK. This is a problem. Faze always dangerous on a Nico. Nico has got another kill, meaning 1 versus 2. They can buy in the next round. He's looking for an ace. Now, where are these players headed? They will split up. Existence has a smoke for CT. There's one up at the moment. And the bomb will get planted. Does Nico go for it? 1 versus 2 with 32 HP, or does he hold on to the AK-47?
He holds on. He has to, really. They'll be buying up next round. If he has an AK-47, that will help out dramatically. So he's just throwing one of them away and securing one for himself. Finds a Molotov as well. Not a bad haul of kit, really. He gets $900. A bottle of champagne. And an AK-47.
I think, well, he gets 1,200 because one of his kills was with an MP5.
Oh, really? Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
and he switched out for the AK, so he gets
nice.
even more cash. Laughing all the way to the bank.
So he's got an AK, which he can drop. Or just buy an AWP for a teammate and keep the AK for himself. All the options.
Yeah, you know Guardian's looking at him.
Yeah, I do. I notice you're looking pretty rich over there. Can I get involved in that? There it is. He'll get the AWP. Nico, the good Samaritan, will drop him. He'll sacrifice his own helmets, but it's not a huge deal. It's only 1 Mag 10. Shouldn't be a massive factor here, but we'll see. Now, feeling a little bit more powerful. Thank you, Nico. Smiths with a banana control. Carrigan is holding up with the smoke, trying to hold them off if required.
Smoke towards CT from Smiths. Trying to bait out some grenades from Faze. Show some presence. However, there is minimal response, and the burst from the Mac 10, the pre-fire, may give the game away. He's just fishing for something. And that awesome Molotov to force Guardian from his position. I'll bring the attention of Nico, who can quickly support the short position as well. Now the entire G2 team are here as a wide peek from body, ripping Guardian's face off, and there goes Nico as well. So far so good for G2.
So far so good, but still a lot more to be done. They made their way towards the ace side. That's where Blake is residing. He'll get 2, at least out of the round, for a potential retake here, but don't really have that much to work with. The bomb's going down. They've got a flashbang. Carragans have to right-click it through the library doors here. That's just to get close to the site. Looks like they've given up already, as it doesn't seem possible for them. Too many compromised positions, too many terrorists pushed up, and they'll find another rifle there. Upgrade the FAMAS to an AK and fall back. I think this seems like the gun being dropped in the footsteps as Carrigan booked it towards the B site. Look down just to clear out the close range areas. No reaction, suggests no one's there. And there we have it.
Round number 8 in the bag. 2 gaps now. 2 round gap, rather. For the 2 sides. Now, what do FaZe choose to do? Do they keep the money together? Do they buy around these weapons? Nothing bought just yet. There'll be a few bits and bobs. Cap gun here, a potato there. I wonder if anyone's ever thrown a frozen potato at someone.
Does anyone freeze potatoes in general?
Probably someone does.
Anyway, aggressive play from Carrigan. He gets stuck in. He's had enough of this nonsense. He'll get the first kill, but surely there's not much more for him to do. They'll be aware of his position. Just the second frag, and this actually looks pretty decent now. 3-on-1 in favour of Faze's existence. He'll be holding towards the underpass. Let's get things in process. That should be the end of him, as it will be Nico to confirm the frag. Nice aggressive play. Finally getting a round on the board on the CT side. They were 3-0 down, but now 3-1 in the second half. It's 11-8 overall. Money still there for G2 in some respects, not so much in others. You can see Penny S and Existence comfortable to buy with Smiths. Mac 10s and MP5s are the other 2 players, though.
250,000 FACEIT points just been dropped.
We've got up to 6.8.
Hyphen's low, Hyphen.
There we go. Congratulations.
Well done to you, sir. That is AWP money, if ever I saw it. Phase 11, G2 5. Shox his turn with the Mac 10. Shock to the Mac 10, curious. perhaps not the best choice with the AKs out. So man will be lost early. Now it's time for G2 to turn their fortunes around. Lining up the smoke grenades. Goes beyond Arch. Isolates the library position. Denies information, as you can see. There's a counter flash. Counter smoke over towards the B-bomb site. Olofmeister gets one. He knows more people are there. Hasn't seen the bomb just yet, I do not believe, because Kenny's carrying it. 2 versus 5. They've got onto the B-bomb site. But everybody's alive here for FaZe. How on earth are they going to hold this?
Oh, God. Well, I'm not sure, James. It will take a 5-on-1 clutch from Ken. I haven't seen one of those from him in quite some time. Made in, and it's a nice position to get this first kill. But as soon as he does, I'll jump on the wrong base now. So he even puts it up. I don't think he'll get much more than that. And indeed, it will be the follow-up from FaZe. Good job by them, 2 rounds in a row. Bomb planted. Means there's maybe one more buy here for G2, but it wouldn't be very healthy. If they lose that, it could be the end of the game. So I might just want to take the eco and allow FaZe to get to round number 13.
If there are 3 AKs, I don't want to see Shocks with a Mac-10.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I think that's reasonable. I think there are better choices. I think he is the most important rifler on the side. So there's a handicap. I think people are, in my opinion, too nice if Shocks has a Mac-10 and there are 3 AKs. The thing is, though,
he could just say, he might have just said to the squad, like, oh, I want to use the Mac-10 because I want to get stuck in, I've spotted something, or...
Yeah.
You know, like
if he's seeing the habits of a player based on the position he's playing.
Yeah, like yeah. He could be the one suggesting it. But yes, I do agree.
Got to get a hand on the shoulder and say, Shocksy, no.
Yes, you gotta use his AK.
Where's the intervention?
Are they gonna buy up into this? I don't think so. Okay, so just Smiths with some armor. They spend a little bit of cash here, enough to potentially win a round. It would be a scrappy one, but let's see what they can do with it. Guardian is jumping across towards T-steps there. He knows there's no chance for North on the other side, so just seeing if he can get a nice early pick. Not going to happen. 50s, Tech 9, CZ. And a couple of smokes. That suggests they might go towards Banana. Enough for the coffins. CT spawn, flashes over. Try and get a plant. It's first smoke. And faking onto the tail, I imagine.
I wonder what the rarest weapon... I think we should have an infographic of like rarest weapons used number of times in a season online.
The M249.
Bison, M249.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen 1 or 2 Bisons this season.
Yeah, we've seen a few.
Not many of the heavies though. Maybe even a sawn-off. Teasers made it through to the CT position, but Guardian is still Guardian. However, that's a nice shot to the head. One of them will take a bullet, or be willing to, and the AWP is being picked up. They've got position for the time being, although, ouch, that's painful for Kenny. Give Shocks the bomb. Don't want to get dropped with 16 HP. 28 seconds to run to their doom, essentially. There's the info from Shocks, but Kenny now... Does he try to save the AWP? No, he's going for it. He's absolutely going for it. Olofmeister playing the time. 10 seconds to plant the bomb. And that will hamper the retrieval. There we go. Oh dear. He's not going to die before time, is he?
But he might save the York.
Oh no! Wow. 2 HP.
What the hell?
I thought he was going to jump into the bullets to get to sandbags, which were being shot, but there we go. 2 HP, what a hero. He's been dropped a weapon, and off they go.
Pretty nuts. Avoids the disaster. Towards second middle. Nico. Those flashes didn't seem to do anything for him. So lost 2 flashes, lost the frag. And Shocksy will nail it with the AK. Can't ask for a better pick, really. They're one of the scariest players in the game. Early on in the round. Guardian, though, still with the AWP on Inferno. Can be very difficult to contain.
That's meaty. That is the Reuben sandwich right there. I renamed my bomb Fish Pie.
You renamed your bomb?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that.
There's something you can change in a text file, and then
so
read it,
just
and
you
so it
can see
comes
it.
up, and then well, I don't know, because sometimes people in the game are planting the bomb, and you can see the name of their bomb. But when you go onto a server, it says that this does not match the server, so you get kicked off until you make it anew. You've got to verify your files, but it's still in my inventory as Fish Pie. The bomb.
Why is it called Fish Pie?
I don't know. Well, I want it to be something non-threatening, and I like Fish Pie, so I was like, I'll call it Fish Pie. 5-round lead for Faze. They're trying to hold on to it. Karrigan with flashes towards Arch. His information will be denied to a degree. He's got to be careful because he's closer to the smoke, which means that he will be at a disadvantage. Body will see his body. Didn't mean to do that. 3-on-3, and the bomb is heading towards the B bomb site. Body with a flank. And now, what do Faze do? So far away, do they go for it? The money is in the bin.
Nah.
Almost 9k for Nico, almost 7k for Olofmeister, so they can buy around these weapons. They've got $12,000 on them, so I suppose it's a save.
Yep. Not worth just throwing that away. Very unlikely with Kenny up as well that they'll retake this. Too difficult. Too much ground to cover. And G2 will find another round here. This is the second map, or second head-to-head, I should say, between these two teams today. To kick things off an overpass, it was where G2 actually looked pretty stunning at moments as well. Actually managed to overcome Faze, get 3 points on the leaderboard that are much needed. They've been having a disastrous season so far. And now we find ourselves in Inferno. We'll see if they can get a few more here, but I doubt it. It's not looking too good, especially with Faze now being on the CT side with 13 rounds on the board. G2 a decent round here, but still so much work to do. We won't get excited about a comeback until they get to about maybe 11 rounds here.
Double snipers. Olofmeister will be towards the B bomb site, as mentioned by Henry at the beginning, well, before the match, prior to the match. Smoke off, they did it the cheap way. They've got all their utility. Double HEs towards the tree position, and now the Molotovs begin. One for you, one for me. You to me, Chuckle Brothers. Audience spotting a player on the stairs. With a smoke down, I tried to hold that angle, but it's still awkward to land a shot sometimes. You've got to be really fast. And often it's a leg. There we go, Faze having a look. Nobody's here. Where is everybody? No more smokes, but they've got a nice setup. With Olofmeister holding the angle. Seems that the tree will be an issue. But maybe Karrigan will be safe for now.
Big round here. G2 need to find 3 successes in a row. They hit the 35-second mark. They have no banana control. Karrigan actually confirming there's nothing here whatsoever. He could even find a few players in the back. Rotate, boys. It's going to be an 8-sided approach from G2. Rain looking prepared for it. And oh my goodness, Karrigan shuts it down, finds the bomb as well. But still, this isn't over just yet. Olofmeister will be behind them, but maybe that's it. With 14 seconds remaining, Kenny better off just to save the orb, but you feel like he's going to get this player in response. He's chasing him. He wants the kill. He's coming for you as he fires up a shot. He'll have 5 seconds remaining now. He cannot die after the timer. Needs to try and survive this one. He wants a few kills as well. I was going to say, is he going to go pushing out the balcony, just hiding in the corner? So he'll have no cash. He cannot drop. I dare say his teammates will force around the AWP, though. I think that's almost guaranteed, if you ask me. Smith can get the AK. Shoxy could drop one. There it is. Okay, I was about to say they're fine, but yes, they will.
Timeouts are back. Guardian holding his usual angle. Showing respect to his opponent, who will have the superior angle. Flash up behind the half wall. To the right of that window, you can flash behind the sandbags. And to the far right, in the yellow, you can bounce a molly. That will be very nice for behind the sandbags and the far corner as well. Above the B, that yellow strip. That's the smoke at the front of the site that denies the information to a player holding the coffin angle, for example. Now, if you have nobody peeking where Olofmeister is, you can walk behind that smoke and you can jump up to the barrels. There is a period of time where you are fully exposed, obviously, when you're jumping up on the second jump. Exposed to the entire site, and work nicely with a flashbang. But that looks smoke will have limited results. Faze wondering if it's going to be an A play. And they have outmaneuvered Guardian for the time being. Nico's in trouble.
Might be, but Rain will protect him for now. It's going to be Nico on the side, hearing a lot of players around him. Oh my goodness, it's really chaotic.
Wow.
What a shot that is. Snappy as you like, and that should be match point. As Kenny S will have 25 seconds remaining, 4 kills to find, and a bomb to pick up. He might be able to get one of these, but no, Nico shuts it down, and that is money completely destroyed. Match point, and GT is 6 rounds in a row just to find overtime here. I don't think that'll be happening. I assume this is where it'll end. That shot from Nico was just unbelievable towards Graveyard.
Yeah, that was beautiful. But surely Kenny had to save at that point. 1 versus 4 with 26 seconds on the clock.
Can't be asked. just
yeah.
send it.
Just hide somewhere.
Get me out of here.
Go to the kitchen. Missiles. Game of worms for Faze. The cluster bombs are out. The banana bombs. Plenty of flashes here for G2. Once again, they need to use the numbers game. I think they did well to maneuver into the A site in the first place. They were very ill-equipped, but they put Guardian in the wrong place. But now Olofmeister is here to be dealt with. Karrigan on the high ground. 3 pistols remain. A smoke of CT. They go through the smoke we spoke about, but the bomb is on the floor in the CT possession, although they may not know where it is now. It's being looked for, it's being collected by Shox. No weapons collected, only Nico's being taken out. Bomb's being planted desperately. The spray is there from multiple directions. Body flying to his doom, and Shox is not far behind. 16-9 will be the final score on Inferno in favor of Faze.
Well, there you have it. Faze will pull the second map back in their favor. It's overpass. This slip by the wayside, but they'll get 3 points on the board today as well. That's all we'll see from these two teams today, but they brought some entertainment. I thought GT probably looking their best. We've seen them in the league so far, especially an overpass. A competitive game on Inferno, but unfortunately, likes of Guardian, Rain and Nico looked a little bit too powerful today. There's Rain getting it done with the AK-47 towards the B bomb side. Nico finding some of the greatest shots on the server today. Unbelievable scenes from him with the AK as well. Incredibly sharp, and Shox certainly had great timings. It's great to see some of the players on G2 fired up and actually rolling back the years of some of their plays. Couldn't find a victory here, but some promising signs of life, that's for sure. They seem to be working hard still and trying to get back into some respectable areas. Might not be happening in ECS, but if they can use this time to build as a team and try and get ready for the next LAN season that'll be coming up in the next few weeks, I'm sure they'll be ready to post some promising results in the future. That play from Nico was fabulous, I have to say. That pretty much secured the entire game. Here's all of my stuff. Closing things out with the AWP, the P250s, defusing the bomb. Pretty comfortable victory for Faze in the end. Here are the scores on the doors. Nico, 28 kills and 11 deaths. That's pretty phenomenal for him. Guardian only with 10, but he certainly had some impact with the AWP. Olofmeister, that secondary AWP with 18. At the very top for G2. Shoxy as usual. Pretty equal fragging apart from Smith's down at 7 and 16. So there we have it. That will be the first head-to-head completed, James. We have quite an exciting one coming up next. Your boys, Astralis versus mine, Optic, another Danish derby.
Yeah, that will be very, very interesting indeed. And I think we are 31 minutes behind schedule at the moment, so we better get to it.
Are we really?
I think so, because the traffic for Faze and so on.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
I forgot about that. All right, we'll take a break and be right back with Astralis versus Optic.